All right. There was a big news out of Arsenal this earlier today.
Yep.
Edu Gaspar, the
Mm-hmm.
sporting director, uh,
Mm-hmm.
resigned. Uh, there was an official statement from the club. You know, the speculation. I know you've heard some. I've heard
Mm-hmm.
others. So
Mm-hmm.
you've heard that he might be going to Forest,
No, not
right?
might. He is.
He is okay.
He's going
What
to.
is that official?
So he's not going to Forest. He's going to the group that owns
Uh,
Forest. So he's not going to
got
Forest
it.
as a club,
Got it.
right?
Got it. Got it.
He's going to the Marinakis group. So they own Forest. They own Rio Ave. I think they own another Greek team also.
You
It's
have
so
in Portugal.
in Portugal, yeah, and I
Okay.
think another Greek team or some a club. I don't know what
Okay.
the
All
constitute
right.
of the group, but that's where he's going to.
Okay. But what Yinka, why would he do this?
So I tell you, when people come to me and they say they want to change jobs and
Oh
they
yeah. I
say
remember this.
give me your advice, what do I tell them? I say it's two things: more money, a bigger role. If
Yeah.
it ticks those two boxes, you'll be a fool not to go. So it's the same thing with Arsenal right now, right? I heard this guy are willing to triple his salary, yeah, and they are more
Wow.
or less handing over the keys to the footballing whatever dynasty that they're putting together. They're giving him those keys, yeah. So if
Wow.
I'm Edu and I'm looking at it, I'm like, well, I wasn't really
Wow.
appreciated outside of Arsenal. The fans. They didn't really. They thought I didn't get them a striker. I get abuses every day, right? The scrutiny at Arsenal is way higher than the scrutiny at the Forest Group. These guys will treat me like demigod. They're tripling my
Mm.
salary. I am probably going to be CEO of the footballing group. And I heard that
Wow.
earlier in the year, or was it last season, that there was a bit of power tussle at Arsenal in terms of what he could and couldn't do. He was eyeing the CEO role at Arsenal, but the Krohn case gave it to someone else.
Yeah. They brought someone
Um,
else from the outside.
they brought someone else from the outside. So all this might have played into it. So for me, if I'm a do, I'm taking the deal. I am. Yes, I love Arsenal.
Wow.
I do. I'm an ex-player, but I mean, there's a pedigree. I was director of football for Brazilian national team before I came to Arsenal.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
then Corinthians. It was at
and
Corinthians as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm not. My placenta is not tied to Arsenal, as we say. It's a bigger role. It's more money. It makes sense to take it. Yeah,
Mm.
take it. Um, so I'm not mad at him. And frankly, I
Okay.
don't think Arsenal fans appreciated or appreciate, what Edu has done. Some deals
Yeah.
that he has sanctioned, they forget. If someone told me Arsenal will buy a player for £100 million, I would say over everybody's dead body, right? But we all know
So
the role he played in sanctioning
yeah.
the Declan Rice deal. So for somebody to now look at him and say, "Oh, the striker, he didn't get in a striker, Edu out, you're rubbish," abuses on him on social media and the rest of it, it's like, what the hell, you know?
So
Anyway,
one, social media is not a real place. You
yes,
know, shout out to Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle.
Um, two, let me tell you why I'm worried. It's
Mm-hmm.
not because a dude, the man, is leaving,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's because I don't want the owners to consolidate power in Mikel Arteta. That would be a bad idea. That would be a bad idea, right? And I'm worried that that's what's going to happen. The structure you have is working. Keep that structure. Find somebody else. Go find the
Actually,
next
I
Edu.
don't think it's gonna
Okay, go on.
happen. I don't think it's gonna happen. And I'll
Remember
tell you why.
Arteta. Hold on 1 second. You can remember Arteta
Mm-hmm.
was hired as
Mm-hmm.
coach, and then they
Mm-hmm.
promoted him to manager. Edu himself came in as what is it? What was his first title? I forget.
I can then when they then became technical
And then
director
became
and blah blah blah.
so yeah. So, but go on. But go say what you were gonna say.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
Okay.
And the reason why that is I don't think Arteta is interested in that.
Mm.
Arteta is a football, what do you call them? A football. geek,
Mm.
right? He's a football geek. He doesn't want, and this, I might be wrong about this, but
Mm.
what you're saying will be right if the ownership insist and say, if you don't take it, then, do you understand? Then you're out,
Mm.
or that
Mm.
kind of situation. But I read something earlier on today that was a bit funny, or that
Mm.
seemed, what's his name? Kiki Berix. I keep
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm about to
Uh,
murder his name. He left
yeah.
City.
It did. It did.
We don't know where he is. Has he gotten a new job?
Mm.
He hasn't. Someone said that he thinks, and I read this on Twitter. I would have loved to, this is not my thought. This is not novel to me. I read it, so I don't take credit for this. The guy said the reason why Arsenal and Liverpool probably had net spends in this season is because they are waiting to see what will happen to City next season.
Mm. They're keeping
Because
their
then the
powder dry.
City's pool of players might then be available for everybody. Right? And if that is indeed the plan, getting Kiki, the Spanish guy, Spaniard that was at City, as the Arsenal's next director of football, might actually be a good idea. And he knows Arteta, blah 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 blah. So that might be a
Yeah.
good.
It's
It's a it's a
conspiracy
stretch.
theory, but I'll allow it.
It's
I'll
a
allow it.
stretch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly, it's a stretch. But I look at Arteta and I see this guy just wants to be in the dugout, coaching.
Okay.
I don't think that board thing really. For now, I don't think it's something he's passionate about.
Mm.
And someone else also said, so the names have been popping up. They're like, why not Per Mertesacker to be the director of
Mm.
football? That he's well loved at Arsenal, he's well respected, he knows the players, he knows a lot about football. He's part of the the youth setup, blah 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 blah
Yeah.
blah. And I'm like, well, internal promotion, is
Yeah.
also positive. But I agree with you. If Arteta takes the role and it's combined, that was what we ran away under Wenger's era,
Absolutely.
right? That we all said it should never happen again.
Yeah.
And it is part of running away from that. They messed it up to start with. They brought in some cowboys, that's how I'll call them, that were buying, what's his name? Nicolas Pepe for 75, or Lacazette for 50 something. And Bob, do you understand? Making
Yeah.
ridiculous deals at times. Buying, what's his name? This German guy, Mustafi, for 35 million, and you're wondering who sanctioned this kind of stupid deals. We got it
Mm.
right. The club got it right, and I'm worried that they might have just, maybe they. I hope they do the right thing and bring in someone who knows his onions, who knows what he's doing, who can take the club forward, who can provide cover to Arteta's excesses, and even also manage the board and let the board realize you need to make this kind of deals. Which is what Edu did for the Declan Rice
Yeah.
deal. The board were not willing to go for it. They're like, it's too much, and it's like, if you want to compete, you need to be doing this kind of stuff.
Mm.
So yeah,
Okay.
I hope
All
it
right.
goes.